Welcome back, True Seeker. Two headlines broke on March 8th, which both undermine two famous black athletes, one being Tiger Woods and the other being Shawn Kemp. And I want to talk about why these headlines broke the day they did and the ongoing code of news by the numbers that so often does shame black men. And again, it's part of that regularly scheduled programming. The media has to program the same ideas into the minds of the masses. One of them is that black people are inferior, they're dangerous, they're alcoholics, they're drug dealers, they're drug abusers, they're murderers. Again, there's so many different ways that they come at this, and so often it is using celebrities. So now Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend, Erica Herman, on International Women's Day, wants to come out and have the NDA removed from the time they were together, which has created rumors that perhaps Tiger Woods was sexually assaulting his girlfriend. Now, we've talked about this many a times, why International Women's Day is on the 67th day of the year, because in Jewish Gematria, female is 67. But notice how also the name Erica Herman equates to 67. And if you're new here, these are very simple codes. They're based on the alphabetic order, forwards and backwards using numerology. But again, you learn this simple code known as Gematria, which comes from Kabbalah, which is what the Cabal speaks with every day in the headlines they contrive. You see right through the propaganda. So Erica Herman on the 67th day of the year, March 8th, International Women's Day, going after Tiger, the golf star. And fittingly, the news came 68 days after Tiger's birthday, where golf is 68. We've documented a lot of rituals with golf in 68 over the years. And notice Erica Herman, if you run the alphabetic order forwards, is 95. Notice it was also 9 weeks and 5 days after Tiger's birthday. The number 95 is the number of the Jesuit order that wears red and black, like how Tiger wears red and black on every Sunday day, the most Catholic day of the week, who the Jesuits serve, who control the propaganda and who are responsible for the code. But notice, 9 weeks and 5 days after his birthday, perfectly lining up with Erica Herman. And then again, the Jesuits. Tiger Woods' name in Gematria equals 54, forwards and backwards, like Jesuit order. This news broke on a 54 date numerology. And 2 years ago, on February 23rd, we got the big soap opera story of Tiger Woods' terrible car crash on the 54th day of the year, where there was literally zero proof that he was ever in a car crash. You heard so much about it, but you never saw him taken from the car. You never saw him in the hospital. You just heard a bunch of headlines about Tiger Woods driving recklessly and getting into the terrible crash that might have compromised the rest of his career, where he's right on the verge of breaking that white man's record. He just can't pass it because, again, over a decade ago, when he was about to pass the record and become the greatest golfer of all time in a historically white sport, all of a sudden, all these women came out against him, and there were all these affairs, and then he lost his mind, and he couldn't play golf anymore. Again, understand, you guys, all of this stuff, all of this time has been a load of crap by the numbers. When they put out the tweets of Tiger, telling the woman to come over to his hotel room, go back and look at that. You'll see that it was hotel room number 201. And if you're new here, that's a really big number with the Jesuits. It's pretty much the number that defines their entire history, which is why the first Jesuit pope is the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. And again, just nailed the World Cup, nailed Tiger's Master when he won it the other year. But again, in the World Cup, right after the Pope's birthday, they got the star player for Argentina, the Pope's native country, staying separate from the team in hotel room number 201. Again, you guys, you learn this code. You see through the rituals. In the time of the Jesuit Pope, the German Pope dies at age 95 on the last day of the Catholic calendar year, the Gregorian calendar that we tell time by. Again, the Jesuits were created to counter the 95 Theses written by the German Martin Luther, not to be confused with Martin Luther King Jr., who was assassinated on the 95th day of 1968. So anyway, that is the latest Tiger Woods racial shaming by the numbers. And Shawn Kemp on the same day, March 8th, 3/8, accused of a drive-by shooting 102 days after his birthday. Slavery's 102. The year Tiger won the Masters most recently, 11 years from his last major, 22 years from his last Masters. Again, those are the master numbers, 11 and 22. There was a big 102 in that as well, measuring from his birthday to the key Masters dates. But this number all over black history as well, just like how last year on the 102nd day of the year, the anniversary of the start of the American Civil War over slavery, you had an underground railroad shooting in New York and the subway station blamed on a black man. Again, on the 102nd day of the year, now Shawn Kemp accused of a shooting 102 days after his birthday. Words like slavery and the N-word equal 102. But again, this was 3-8. Shawn Kemp arrested in Pierce County for a drive-by shooting. I'm sure Shawn Kemp's doing drive-bys. Shawn Kemp 38 like Pierce on 3-8. And Pierce also has the Gematria 106 like Black, like 106 in Park on BET, like Obama putting out his book, A Promised Land, on the day leaving 44 days left near 106 days after his birthday, like all the other 1,106 rituals we've documented with black history, including the first black mayor in New York being the 106th. We were just at the Yale campus recently, and the Prince Hall Freemasonry for Black Men building is at the address 106. It's all over the place. But again, news by the numbers all day, every day. And, just start keeping a tally somewhere. Tally every time a white person gets shamed in the news. It happens sometimes, but then tally how many black people from the world of celebrity get shamed in the news. You'll realize your piece of paper keeping track of white people, you'll probably be able to record for the rest of your life. You'll probably need a big, thick notebook for all the black humiliation rituals. And again, there's no doubt about it. It is the Jesuits that are doing this, who control this nation, its government, its media, and the minds of the masses with it, keeping these ideas of racism constantly programmed in the gray matter. So we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. And until next time.